For this week's show, I would be tagging along with a young couple on the St. Joe River. These two fish the river often, and we were hoping for the best as we made our way out on this beautiful February morning.
We're on the St. Joe River, Berrien Springs, Michigan. Going to be float fishing for steelhead, running center pins, bait casters, fishing spawn and beads. Just covering water, name of the game this time of the year, to put a lot of fish in the boat. So it's been pretty tough. The past couple weeks has been pretty low temps, single digits, made it tough to get out. Got out a couple days ago, did really good, so figured it was worth a try again today. Well, a lot of people, when they think the St. Joe River, they don't immediately think steelhead fishing. They might think catfish. Catfish is a big time. Walleye. They put a lot of walleye in here. But the wintertime steelheading can be just as good as some of your other bigger rivers on the west side, like the Muskegon, the Manistee, the Grand. And it's kind of just one of those drive past rivers. You just drive over it and you don't realize what's there. And there's so many inland lakes around here too that everybody switches to ice fishing and all them other winter time activities, and they kind of just forget that the river doesn't freeze solid and you can fish it.
Today we were fishing mostly with spawn, and as we were waiting for that first bite, I had Kyle walk me through what his setup looks like.
I go cheap with the main line because I change it a lot. You know, center pin fishing, the line gets twisted up pretty quick depending on how you cast and sliding your floats, everything. You just go through a lot of line quickly. So I keep it cheap, but I keep it heavy too so I don't lose a lot of bobbers. I mostly fish 14 pound, 17 pound trilene XT, and I normally just run clear. And for leader, these midwinter months I fish 8, 10 pound test fluorocarbon, but fall, spring, dirty water, I'll run 12. And that way you can really put the wood to the fish when you're running 12 pound leader. In the spring and fall, when the fish are pretty hot, the warmer water, it definitely helps get more fish in the boat. I like to fish a heavier bobber, so they take more weight, and I run a bulk shot, which is all of my shot right by my swivel. And depending on where I'm at, sometimes I'll take them and slide them apart up here and what I'm fishing, but for the most part, a lot of the runs we fish are pretty short, so I like to get down quick, and the bulk shot gets you down quick, get your bait right to bottom.
There it is.
There you go. Ooh, jumper.
Oh, she's pretty. Well, we're getting them. I'm just not keeping them. So we're gonna try again and try again. And hopefully we'll end up with one in the boat. We've got this one that we saw. Now we just gotta get them in the boat. So I grew up in Manistee, which is what I like to call sportsman's paradise. You've got just about anything to fish for. Steelhead, king salmon, panfish, perch. I grew up doing a lot of small fishing with my dad. And then as I got older, a lot of my friends had boats and we'd go out fishing for kings. Spent a lot of time on the dock in the summer. Just going out and having fun and catching fish. And when Kyle and I started talking and he would bring me down to this area, we'd do a little bit of steelhead fishing, which was new for me. Most of the time we were lake fishing. So river fishing has been definitely a learning game. But yeah, it's just been really awesome to not only just get out on the water and spend time with friends, but to do something that challenges you every day. Even on the days where it's slow or you don't catch fish, it's all a learning experience. You pick something up each time you go out and it's a memory made, so.
Well, we definitely found some fish, but getting them to the boat is being a problem today. That is the 5th fish we've hooked and lost in the past hour, so definitely looking forward to putting one in the boat.
After a somewhat rough start to the morning, we decided to move downstream and try a different spot. And before long, we had hooked another steelhead.
That one's hard earned.
Yeah. All right.
You can just bring him in. Finally got one in the boat. This one's clipped too, so hatchery fish. The average size is definitely been a lot smaller. We normally are fishing and getting that 6 to 8 pound range fish. This year it's been a lot of 3s and 4s with once in a while you get a big fish, but years past it's definitely been big fish years, so I don't know what's up with that. If it's just all across the west side if the fish size is down, or just our river it seems, but definitely a lot of smaller fish.
Today is not my day.
After fishing for a while downstream, we decided to head back upriver near the dam, where we had hooked a few fish earlier in the day, and also not far from where Kyle caught his very first steelhead.
I started steelhead fishing when I was probably 5-6 years old. I caught my first steelhead right down the river with my dad holding on to the back of me, and after that kind of just forgot about it temporarily, and then once I got driver's license, all that, I kind of picked it back up, and probably 7-8 years ago got pretty serious about it. Started getting all the right equipment, reading into it, watching the videos, and probably for the past 5 years 90% of my fishing is steelhead fishing.
There he is. What's his big one?
Oh yeah. We decided to make a big run back up from where we were fishing to where we hooked them all this morning, and didn't take very long, and we hooked another one. A lot better fish, pretty fresh, hasn't been in very long, super shiny.
Had to work for him today.
Definitely had to work for him. Hardest I've had to work to put fish in the net in a long time.
Although we didn't land a ton of fish, it was still a fun day on the water in a part of the state we don't get to very often. Special thanks to Kyle and Katie for letting me tag along on a fun day here in Southwest Michigan.